Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. We are back for another trucking vlog. We are picking up where the last one left off, sort of, not like the exact moment, but we shut down last night and that was when we ended the video, and it is now the next morning. We are up, not necessarily bright and early, it's 6:15. I was up at 3:45 yesterday, but still somewhat early. And we are driving the rest of the way to Portland. So if you didn't see last video, we are on a load currently that is going from Yakima to some sort of recycling place, I think, in Portland or something like that. The drive was absolutely beautiful. It is one of my favorite drives in Oregon along 84, along the Columbia River. And so today we were doing the second kind of half of that drive along 84. However, at the moment it is dark, so you won't really be able to see much of it yet, but hopefully it'll brighten up kind of soon here. I don't know what time the sun actually comes out around this time of year because I haven't been paying attention to it, but hopefully it is somewhat early so that we can get some really nice views on this drive. That said, I don't really have any other information for you guys since I basically updated you guys on everything in the last video. So I guess we're just gonna get rolling and I'll catch up with you guys if I have anything interesting to say. Okay, so funny enough, this is like right after. There's a train over there that you can kind of see. You might be able to see the lights of it. And it has stopped like just past a signal, and I just saw them walking the train. I saw one of the you know, engineers, workers, I don't know their names, but I saw one of them walking down the train with a flashlight looking at the couplings and stuff like that. So that train must have gone into emergency. So that's interesting. I wonder what happened. I am curious, and I'll probably never know the answer, but I want to know. Because there's I think, oh no, that's in the river. And that's the only thing about driving at night around here and being like interested in trains, is that I see the green lights or red lights or whatever that are for stuff that's in the river. And the way that the road curves, it goes like the same, you know, like the train tracks and all that also go along the river. So I see the green lights or red lights of the things in the river, and I think it's signals for the train tracks, and I get excited, you know, I see like a green light and I'm like, oh, there's a train or something. But in this situation, that was not the case. So in this situation, I was gonna say, oh, and he's got a green light, so it's weird that he stops despite having a green light. But that is not what that is. So I don't know, maybe he just stopped past the signal, you know, just didn't get on the brakes soon enough or something. But I guess they wouldn't be inspecting the train if that was the case. So, or maybe they would inspect the train, because maybe that would mean that the brakes are having an issue or something. I don't know. I don't even know if you guys care about the same stuff that I do, but I like to share it anyway. I like to give you guys an insight on the things that interest me as best as I can. Okay, sorry, I know it's still dark and I know I keep saying that that's it, and then I ended up recording something like another few seconds later. But I did forget to mention that today is a busy day, so we have to end the day down in Canyonville, which is down by like Grants Pass. Oh, there is a green signal. Okay, see, so there is the rail signal kind of tucked back away back there, and he does have a green signal, so he should not be stopped, and he is. There we go. We've got some confirmation there that there is in fact apparently something wrong. Anyways, we do have a busy day today. We got to end up in Canyonville, so we have this load that delivers to Portland. We then, from the facility that we're delivering to with this load, we drive like 10 minutes, maybe less, to our next facility, pick up a load that goes down to Halsey, which we've delivered to Halsey tons of times. We're also picking up from a facility that we've picked up from a ton of times. So hopefully that'll be quick. On the way down to Halsey, we have to stop at our terminal and get some DEF and fuel. And then when we deliver in Halsey, we drop that load and then pick up another load from the same place. And then that load is going down to California and delivers tomorrow, like midday. So we're kind of pressed for time. I did the, trip planning, and it's not super tight on time, more so than it is like tight on hours. I'm worried that if I take too long at any of these shippers or receivers or anything, that I'm going to run out of hours on my clock. I can easily make it, if I had, you know, like didn't have to worry about hours at all, I could easily make it to California tomorrow, even with getting, you know, plenty of sleep in. But it's getting a 10-hour reset in, and or running out of my 14-hour clock that I'm worried about. So I guess we'll have to see how things go today. I don't remember exactly what time I need to be shut down by. I want to say it was like, as long as I'm shut down by like 1800, so like 6 p.m., which is 12 hours from now. As long as I'm shut down by like 1800, we're good. Maybe it was 2000. I think maybe it was 2000. But either way, it's, you know, a lot going on. We got a lot going on. So we'll have to just see how things go. All right, we have adjusted. Now we have a red signal going the way that we're going and a green signal going back that direction, which means that there's a train coming at us, and I think I just saw the headlights for it. So it's still dark. We won't be able to really see it very well, but it's still there. I also saw police lights up ahead, but I think they're on the other side. So we should be good. Yep, they are in fact on... Oh, no, they are not in fact on the other side. They are on my side, and there is the train right next to it. We've got a truck pulled over. Everything I've seen pulled over recently has all been trucks. Not like Blitz Week or something, is it? There is the train. Looks like some sort of grain train. Very cool. And we are driving through the Dalles, so you actually might be able to see something for a second. The lights and stuff like that. Or maybe you can see the hotel. That's one of my favorite things to do when driving at night. I try not to drive at night, anytime I can avoid it. But one of my favorite things about driving at night, one of the only things that I like, I guess I should word it that way, is reading the signs where letters have gone out. I always think that is so much fun. I get such a kick out of some of the things that it says. Getting into Portland, and even with traffic, it is saying that we're going to get there at about 8:21. So we are going to get there in plenty of time, even with the traffic. I mean, even if the traffic gets worse. We're 16 miles away, and we have an hour and 10 minutes before our appointment. So that worked out really nicely. Hopefully they'll take us early, because then that will set us up really, really nice for the rest of the day, to make sure that, you know, we make all of our appointment times and everything, and we can get shut down somewhere nice and early. So everything is looking good so far, and I got a feeling it's going to stay that way, because all these places that we're going today, all are places I've been to before, and everything goes smoothly every time. I'm hoping that me saying these things out loud will bring the positive vibes and make these things go smoothly, but I'm also kind of worried that it'll jinx them. But we're just gonna focus on positive vibes. Things are gonna go great. We have just taken our exit. Traffic actually ended up not being as bad as it was supposed to be. So my ETA, I think last time I talked to you guys, was 8:21. It went up to 8:22 at one point, but I actually ended up, by the time I got through the traffic, it now says my ETA is 8:19. So we are going to be there very early. So hopefully they'll take us early, like I said before, and we can just get this done and over with and continue on with the day. But we'll have to see. I don't know. It's hit or miss with a lot of these places. A lot of them like prefer for you to be there really early, but then there's other places where it's like, yeah, no, if you're there early, sucks for you, like you just gotta wait. So we'll have to see what kind of place this is. But I have a feeling, since it's just like I think it's a recycling place. I don't actually know for sure, but usually the recycling places will take you early, and I think this might be one, so we should be fine. Okay, we have arrived. It is not a recycling place, it's just a distribution center. It's just a random distribution center, I guess. Sign there says park on the street first, check in at office, so that is what we're doing. And I'll send my messages and all that and get my stuff changed, and then we'll see what they want me to do. We have checked in. We are door 20, which is at the very end of the building in a very odd corner. And there are trucks in the docks next to it. So this back may be pretty interesting. And oh, that gate is closed. So let's see here. What can I do? I'm going to, oh, there's a turnaround at the end. All right, we're just gonna go down and turn around. Oh, there's not a turnaround. I thought this was a cul-de-sac. Oh, that's a bummer. Let me look at Google Maps. Maybe there is a turnaround further down. Oh, not necessarily a turnaround, but this road just goes back out to Columbia, so I can just do that. And then, wow, I cannot see thanks to the sun. So I'll just go back out to Columbia, and then we'll just come back around completely. They're probably like, where is that guy going? But I've got a plan. Don't worry, guys. I will be back, and I have a plan. All right, man, that sun is bright. This will also give us a better idea of where door 20 is. Yeah, it is right on the end there. Man, that is a bummer. Oh, well, that guy's in door 20. Well, hang on. All right, well, we'll pull back in. And get set up going this direction. And then we will go back in and chat and see what they have to say. All right, so they said he is getting off of the dock right now. It's not this Market Express guy, it's the one past him. But they said that he is getting off of the door right now, and that will be my spot. And yeah, it's not exactly the best area. Don't have a lot of room to work with here, so this is gonna be interesting. I definitely think it's gonna be a blindside back, which is not ideal. Unless there's room around the corner for me to turn around, but I don't think so. I'm gonna look at Google Maps. You know, I'm thinking what I actually might do is I might just pull up next to the dock facing that direction, and then I might just do a full hook. It'll be driver's side at least, but I'll have to like jackknife the trailer. But I don't know, that might be the best option. So we'll have to kind of see once he moves and I start actually getting closer. We'll have to see what we got. All right, I've decided to do it this way. Gotta keep an eye out for all these plastic pallets. just about clear of them. Those poor trailer tires are about to have a really bad time. We're just gonna take our time here. We are clear of those, but now I don't know if I'm gonna make it clear of the curb here. I think we will. Alright, we're still gonna have to kind of blindside back, but at least, because we gotta get into the door that's to the right of the one that I am currently aiming for. That's okay. I would rather like have to kind of blindside back rather than do a full blindside back. Alright, and this time we are going to go all the way back to the wall, and then I will straighten out. Not too bad. So next I'll just have to slide the tandems the rest of the way. Because right now they're only partially slid and I'll have to get the doors open and all that kind of good stuff. Alright, so let's do one more pull up. And then get fully lined up here. There we go. All right. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty proud of that back. I freaking killed that, dude. There we go. Go ahead and slide the tandems. All right. Now we got to take the red line off. We will go ahead and go do that. All right, so one of their guys actually came out and put the wheel chock on for me, and then I just took the airline off, and then he put the lock on. So now we just wait to be done. So super weird and also very unfortunate. They want me to move. So I did that super cool, challenging back for nothing. But it is what it is. Thankfully, this back will be significantly easier. They are having me move over to dock 8, and it's super, the reason I say it's weird is because there was a truck in this dock before me. And their reasoning for having me move over is because they said that they did inventory last night or something and moved a bunch of stuff into the way of this dock. So I am kind of confused how, I don't know, maybe they're confused, maybe they thought that that was what it was, and it actually, like they thought it was because of inventory, but it actually was because of them unloading the previous guy or something. I don't fully know, but either way, we now have to move to dock 8, and it's a bummer because now I have to like either again turn around or do a blindside back. And I think I am just going to turn around. And I have to be careful too because my doors are already open. And I know I could close them, but I don't think I really need to, so I'm not going to. Alright, again, we'll be careful not to destroy our fairings when we do this. Alright, it's the one with the things on the side. Okay. Let's do this a second time. Watch out for that curve there. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but we should keep an eye out for it nonetheless. Alright, I think we're clear of it. I gotten under that early enough. That's okay. We now are in a prime position to kind of pull up into this empty space here. Screwed it up. There we go. I think we're just about lined up now. How funny, the back that was more difficult seemed to be easier for me than this one. Ain't that just the way? But man, ain't that just the way? That back was so much easier, and I made it more challenging than the other one. Oh well, is what it is. We're in the dock. Hopefully this time we're all good. We have finished getting unloaded. So I've already slid the tandems, closed the doors, done all that good stuff, which means we are good to drive over to where we're picking up, which is just a couple miles away, 3 miles. So nice and close by. And then we're dropping our empty and picking up a preload, so we should be in and out of there in about 30 minutes or so. I am a little bit behind the original schedule that I had set for myself, mainly just because of having to move the dock doors. And then once I moved dock doors, they took a little bit before they actually started unloading my trailer. They took probably like 20 minutes. So it is, I had planned to be at Rivergate at 10:20, and it is currently 10:20, or sorry, I had planned to be there at 10, and it is currently 10:20. So we're just a little behind. It's not a problem. I did double check. I think earlier I had said I wasn't sure if I needed to shut down by 1800 or 2000, but I was pretty sure it was 2000. So I double checked. It is in fact 2000 that I have to be shut down by. So we are still looking good. Even if I don't get to Rivergate until 11, we'd still have essentially like an hour of leeway. So we are totally good right now, and we will hopefully keep it that way. Okay, this guy stopped his car right in like a terrible spot, but I think I'll be able to get around him, no problem. Yep. All right. So we should be to Rivergate in just a couple minutes. Okay. We are dropping our empty, and then we are picking up trailer 49179. So that's one of the nicer trailers, or at least it should be. There's plenty of open spots today. Normally this whole thing is like almost completely full. There's normally only maybe 1 or 2 spots open, so it's kind of nice that today it is nice and empty. So I think I'll go ahead and take this spot next to 49106 or 6760. We'll kind of see where the trailer lands, to be honest. And just take whichever one. Looks like it's gonna land right in the middle. That's fine. We can make that work because we have got an empty set of spots right across from us, so we'll let this person go by and then we will fix it. Oh, this person's not going by. Even better. Do is kind of pull up into these empty spots straight across from where we need to go, and that is sweet. We're gonna be a little close to this line, but that's fine. Go ahead and get this thing unhooked. Only thing about me being close to this line is that it makes my life a little harder because I have less room to put down the landing gear, but I still have plenty. There's that. All that. We're dropping 7027. Should have been looking at the trailer numbers that I drove by to see if I drove by 49179, but oh well. I do see a trailer that starts with 49, so let's just go ahead and head that way, and we'll hope that it is in fact down that way, the way that I just passed. And it is the one that I saw. The one that I saw with the 49 is in fact 49179. Oh, there was another 49 something right here, but that was not the one that I could see, so that's funny. Get out in just a second, make sure it's not dropped too high, which it looks like it is. Yes, it is dropped way too high. Like that, so I'm about to crank it the rest of the way once I get hooked up. Let's go ahead and get all hooked up to this. and ready to roll, and we are actually back on our original schedule. So we are leaving here at just about 11, and that is what my original schedule had me leaving here at. So that is sweet that we made up some time and are back to looking like we're gonna get shut down at about 1800, because that means parking is gonna be even easier. So that is pretty sweet. But as for this drive, it's not really anything too exciting, or at least I hope it won't be. So I probably will catch up with you guys again next when we are at the yard, because that's the next thing that we're doing. Is I think I mentioned that before. On our way to this delivery, we are going to stop at the yard for fuel and DEF, and actually we also have to get our 2025 IFTA stickers. We can't put them on yet, obviously, until January 1st, but we have to get them now. So while I am at the yard, I'll run in and grab the sticker, maybe go to the bathroom or something, and then continue on our way to Halsey. So I'll catch up with you guys when I've got something interesting. Right, sorry you guys aren't really going to be able to see much out the front window because of the visor, but the sun is like right at that bad spot where it's getting close to being straight in my eyes. So sorry about that, but we have completed our fuel and DEF stop. We are now completely full. I also grabbed some new load locks because I gave 2 up in Pasco, so I only had 1 left. Now I've got 4, so that is sick. That big plastic bag that was going across the road right in front of me right as I started recording has now found its way onto that Subaru's front grille, and that thing is stuck there. That person is going to have a bad time with that. I better get over some of these people. I hope you guys can see that in the mirror. I wonder if they even know. I don't think they know. That is too funny. Well, anyways, got our fuel and DEF. There was also a person at our, because I got the DEF at our home terminal, you know, and oh, don't do it, don't do it. Thank you. There was a person at the home terminal that came out and just did like a quick wellness check. I thought that was kind of cool. I'm sure there's probably other drivers that you know, just want to be left alone, but I thought it was pretty cool. He came in, he took a look at the inside of the truck and just like made sure everything like looked okay in here. He was super helpful. Like with the load locks, I didn't know if I could just go grab them because previously I had to ask somebody for them, and he told me like, no, you can just go grab them. Go ahead and grab 3. Normally you guys can only grab 2, but I'm gonna tell you can grab 3, so let me do that. Made sure I had all the proper stuff, like all the proper books and all that. He let me know that like in my side compartment I had something, like I had my gloves on top of my fire extinguisher, and he let me know that like that probably would be okay, but typically if you were to get a DOT inspection, one of the first things that they check is that your fire extinguisher is not blocked by anything. They want it to be quickly accessible, which absolutely makes sense. They want to be able to reach in there, flick off the straps that are holding it in place, and be able to grab it super fast. So so he told me, you know, that I probably shouldn't cover it up with stuff unless, you know, or I probably shouldn't cover it up with stuff, especially like keep an eye on it as the side compartment starts to get more full. So I really appreciate that, and I just thought that was really cool, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Wow, that is an interesting color on that Mercedes. That is wild. But anyways, we are still looking on time. I had myself leaving the terminal at I think 1300, and it is currently 12:53, so we are still looking solid. Oh, we got a train, and we're gonna go right over it. Some sort of manifest train. Lots of box cars, lumber cars, and tank cars, so it looks like that's it. They've got a yellow signal, and it looks like they're slowing down, so they might be stopping. Wow, graffiti on the locomotive, completely covering up the Union Pacific. Don't see that too often. Especially not on the big locomotives. It's usually on like the switchers and stuff like that, stuff that sits for a long time. Weird to see it on one of those. Okay, we are all loaded up. I did not record at all while I was delivering or picking up my new trailer, and that is because this facility actually does have a sign at the check-in spot that says no recording or photography on the premises. So I respected that. I deliver and pick up here a lot, and so does my company. My company does a ton of business here, so don't want to screw that up for anybody. And also don't want to get myself fired. So we have now left the property and we are getting rolling. I was originally going to stay the night in Canyonville tonight. I am only about 2 hours away from Canyonville. However, my driver manager and I actually discussed possibly going further, just due to like the amount of hours I would have to use tomorrow and what time my deliveries are at and everything. I'm going to hit traffic and stuff like that. So I am now actually a little bit pressed for time, so I'm going to try to make it all the way to Granada, which is a little bit north of Weed. That is about 250 miles away, which is, if I were to average 50 miles an hour, that would be 5 hours, and I have 5 hours and 9 minutes left on my clock. Now the nice thing is that I am almost guaranteed to average more than 50 miles an hour, but my worry and why I was trying to spend the night in Canyonville is because I figured the later in the day I get, the harder it is going to be to find parking. The reason we settled on Granada instead of trying to park somewhere earlier, like somewhere in between kind of Canyonville and Granada, is that all of those places are going to be full. Whereas Granada is a giant empty like dirt lot at a Shell, and I've talked to other drivers, I've talked to the safety guy, because he used to be a driver, and like everybody says that dirt lot is always empty, or like if not necessarily empty, but it's always got parking. I mean, it is a massive lot, and apparently not a lot of people know about it. So they said, you know, you can show up there, kind of how Canyonville is. I think I've talked about Canyonville in previous vlogs. Kind of like Canyonville, I mean, it does not matter what time of day you show up. It is such a huge empty lot that like there's always going to be parking. So that is why we settled on that one. And then she also said that if for any reason I run into traffic or something like that, and I'm starting to get closer on my hours, and you know, it's not like, sorry, I worded that a little weird. If it's looking like I'm not gonna make it to Granada, and I decide I'm gonna try and find parking somewhere sooner and I can't find parking, she said to just send a message on the IVG and we'll kind of go from there, you know. So I think we're gonna be fine, but that said, I basically can't stop anywhere now. You know, I'm really gonna be kind of pressing for time, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, also with all that said, being pressed for time, it means I didn't have time to change the battery on my GoPro. So my GoPro's, I don't know exactly what it's at. When I parked, I looked, but I don't exactly remember. It was somewhere below 40%, I think. So I don't know how much longer the GoPro's gonna last, but also, I mean, it's the same stuff I've done before, same drive I've done before, so I don't really think I'm gonna have anything I'm gonna want to record, you know. So I probably won't talk to you guys again until I get to Granada, where I'll just kind of let you know that we're shutting down or whatever, and then that'll be the end of this video. So we'll see. If there's no more footage until I shut down, sorry, it's because the GoPro's dying. We are shut down for the night. However, I'm actually not going to end the video here because this rest area seems like it's really pretty. There's like a river right down in front of me, and obviously it's pitch black outside, so now you cannot see it, but in the morning you'll be able to. So I'm going to close out this video in the morning. Okay, so you can't actually see the river from here. It's like just down right there-ish, right over that grassy patch there. But you can still get the idea that this rest area is beautiful. And, oh, sorry, I thought my GoPro died. It made a weird sound.